What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So, I will be doing well, as you could tell by the title of this video, but I am reacting to the 2025 National Championship game. Ohio State came out on top. I think the final score was 34-23, if I remember correctly. So we just gonna hop right into it. So first possession of the game, Ohio State won the coin toss. They decided to defer. Notre Dame gets the ball first. Notre Dame drives right down the field and scores 7-0. Now, a lot of times, we do see teams score first seven plays because it's scripted. If you played football regulation, I guess high school or higher, we all know that your first about 15 plays are usually scripted. So the scripted plays should go well. It's once you get the adjustments and have to think on the fly that shit might go to well. But if you're a decent team that knows enough football, the scripted plays should go well. So I'm not gonna lie. If I'm gonna be honest, it's no way that Notre Dame's first 15 plays were actually scripted. Cause I just cannot imagine that the offensive coordinator, I don't know Notre Dame's offensive coordinator in my head, ran QB power that many times, had that scripted that many times on the first drive. This nigga Riley Leonard, bruh, I don't know the exact number, but when I tell you I'm not exaggerating when I say he had to run the QB power at least 8 times. I'm not exaggerating on that first drive. They ran QB power so much, and I mean so much. To the point they literally ran the same two plays one time where they had the slot receiver motion in and it was a QB power. They ran that twice on the same drive. Bro, I've never seen so many QB powers in my life. And for the fact that Riley Leonard is a mobile quarterback, he ain't Josh Allen or Cam Newton. No, I ain't never seen this before. That many QB powers, like that was crazy. Um, that's when even though they scored, that's when I knew Notre Dame was in trouble because the fact they had to go to the same play on the drive, that just meant when Ohio State, got off the field and was able to make those adjustments, it was gonna be bad. Because if you had watched these teams coming into the season, Ohio State's offense is their strength, and Notre Dame's defense is their strength. But I just felt like Notre Dame's offense was never ever gonna keep up, and I think it showed today. With one on the first drive, you running that many QB powers, it shows your confidence in Riley Leonard getting it down the field. Um, Now as I watch the game more and more, I thought six was their best receiver. It's really one. One got off. I ain't gonna lie. One is nice, but I just don't think that Notre Dame just has elite weapons anyway. They got a receiver. They got a running back. Tight end is decent, but it's not nothing too crazy. Ohio State obviously got more weapons, so I just felt like Notre Dame didn't have the horsepower to begin with, and I feel like that showed during the game. Um, yeah, because Ohio, even though Notre Dame, obviously, like I said, they drove down the field the first game. First drive. That first drive was 18 plays. Ohio State come down, they do it, I think, in 11 in about 6 minutes. So I just knew from the way that Ohio State got down that field that first drive, and Notre Dame got down that drill that first drive that Ohio State had in the bag. Obviously, if y'all watched the game, it got damn near ugly after that. It got what 7-7, 14-7, 21-7. Then it was 28-7. Now it was almost 35-7. They got a holding call. They held them back. They ended up having to kick a field goal 31-7. After that, Ohio State got kind of conservative. They kind of kept going away from throwing the ball a little bit. And it gave Notre Dame momentum, and then they was able to make it a game at the end. Notre Dame, they were, like I said, it was, 31-7. They got it, 15-31. Then it was 23-31. Um, then Ohio State was able to stop them eventually after that. But uh, like I said, I thought it was over. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I knew it was over because they did win, but I just thought it was over when that blowout came because I just knew Riley Leonard and Notre Dame just didn't have the offense to survive. Like they just would not. Riley Leonard just not have the ability to push it down the field, especially against the Ohio State defense. It just wasn't happening. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all about that. Um, Exactly. I especially felt like it wasn't enough when you got the QB powers, but it was like you couldn't really run the ball because you got down already. Once they got down two scores, They offense is just not enough. Like I said in the preview, Notre Dame with the way they like play offense and like how their offense is very limited. They have to stay, they have to stay above the break. It's not basketball, but what I'm saying is they got to stay above, like they got to stay ahead of the downs. I meant to say that's what I'm looking for. They got to stay ahead of the downs because they can't get in no third and long, some consistently get out of it just because they don't pass the ball well enough. And them getting down where they just can't pound and run the ball and clock away, and play ball control football, it was not gonna work either. So yeah, we saw how that went. Um, I will say, even though Notre Dame defense is the strong part, I will say the way they play defense got them in trouble, and it's actually what sealed the game. If y'all didn't know, Notre Dame is, this season they have been all, man coverage, man coverage, man coverage, and the Ohio State weapons, especially when you have Jeremiah Smith, who is considered maybe the number one pick already coming out of 2027. Um, Leaving him in man coverage is just it's just bad. So whoever game plan for Ohio State, they knew these tendencies because that first touchdown, Jeremiah Smith was touched. That was a great game plan, having him look like he's finna run across and then bubble back out. That was a great play call. But what I mean in man coverage that got them killed, because he had an all right game. I think he had ended up like 88 yards, something like that. But he sealed the game with that 60-yarder downfield, and it was like bro couldn't touch him. Like bro never touched him. He sold it like he was finna go inside, broke back out, and it was over. Once he broke back out, he had as much he didn't even had to act for real. Bro never touched him. Bro tried to beat him inside, and he cut back out, and the separation was there because bro was 1-on-1. It was man coverage. I don't even know if there was a safety in the midfield. It didn't matter because nigga was on the sideline, so it was you and him, and he won. And so I was yelling at my TV the whole game. I was like, bro, you got to get out this man coverage. Because if y'all see who had the most success against Jeremiah Smith was Texas, and they play zone, and they was, have the safety of top corner underneath, and they would even have like a linebacker of a nickel inside helping too. So sometimes he was in a triangle, and you got to do that for special players like that. Just playing him in man coverage and having faith in your DBs don't always work like that unless you got motherfucking Darrell Reeves. And none of them corners was Darrell Reeves, clearly. I do also have to say this. Will Howard, I gotta give you your respect, my nigga. Well, my boy, you not a nigga, but I gotta give you respect, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You Will Flacco now. I swear to God, before the college football playoff, I thought you was sweet. Swear to God, I thought you was sweet, just like Joe Flacco. But this playoff, you showing me something different. You different, my boy. I ain't gonna say you different. That's high praise. Now I'm not gonna give you that high praise yet, but you played your motherfucking ass off today, white boy. I gotta give it to you. He started like 14-14, ridiculous. He was more like I was very thoroughly pleased with the way Will Howard played today. I don't know who won MVP because I shut the game off. I had something to do right after the game, but I would assume Will Howard did because he played phenomenal. That was a hell of a game. Got to clap it up for Will Howard. You keep playing like that, boy, you might go high in the draft next year, boy. I gotta tell you, boy, cause they threw a couple QP powers and he looked a little more mobile than I thought he was. He looked a little faster than I thought he was. Times he took off trying to play. He made some good throws. He didn't make no bad decisions. I knew the arm talent was there from a couple throws. Like I told you, that Ibuka throw against Oregon was one of the best throws I ever seen. That's the best throw I ever seen him make. But that was I gotta give you a props with Howard. So shout out to Ohio State. Another one. I think this has been about it's either 10. It's either 11. I think it's 2014, 2016 last time they won in them 2 years. Last time they won one. So shout out Ohio State. Congrats. So like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, Monteville, and we out.